Brown, a lot of the colleges offer summer classes, and that's another way to show interest in that institution. So a lot of you, if you can't visit, I mean, if you're interested in schools in California, I mean, it's really expensive to fly out there to visit colleges. There's other ways that you can do it. Again, a lot of our admission counselors, travel to the different areas. So if they come to your high school and say, I'll be there, definitely stop by, make sure you sign in with them. You can email them, you can call them. A lot of schools might have like a video visit that you could do, so you can order that. So Emory likes to keep track of every single point of contact that you do with us. So if you can't visit, I have cards here that that the students can fill out, or that the parents can fill out for their students. And that I take it back to my office, and so I'll code it as like an information session, so your student will get into our system, and if they do decide to apply, we'll know that you guys, one of you, came to this information session. So yeah, there's different ways to get in contact with those schools. In the green.
I'm currently a freshman at University of West Georgia.
Oh, good.
And I'm thinking of transferring to Emory.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to ask if I have to submit my GPA for high school if I have more than 30 hour credit.
Yeah, so to transfer you do have to have at least 1 year of college credit, fill out the transfer application, the essays and all that good stuff, get a recommendation. I think they will look for, since you are only a freshman right now, I think they will ask for your high school transcript. Sometimes they might just say, we'll just look at what you did in college. So I would contact Tim Fields if you have a pen and want to write that down, or it's on our website as well. So he's the transfer counselor who deals with transfer applicants. Yeah. And then you had
So the junior year, I mean, whatever, the AP class you take is the most important reference, right, for college application. But if some student didn't take that much, AP class, would this summer, pre-college probably, another kind of equivalent opportunity for them to, take a 2 summer class. Basically, these classes are offered at the undergraduate level, right? Are they equivalent to AP?
Well, if you take it for credit, so I think at Emory you can take it for credit, right. So then, yes, it counts as college credit, and some you just take to take for fun, so it just depends. The reason why we suggest taking the APs and the AP test, so if they can't really take the AP class, that's fine. If they take the AP test and get a 4 or 5, they can still get college credit for it. We would definitely like to see them in the class, but if they want to do the pre-college program, that's okay as well. But during the year, we just highly recommend just trying to take those AP classes. But if you want to do summer supplemental, that's fine as well. That's good. Yes?
How do you think of the volunteer work?
Volunteer work?
Yeah, how do you treat it? How important?
Yeah, so that would go in under extracurriculars, so volunteer work, community service. A lot of schools for NHS, if you guys are in the National Honor Society, they require you to have some type of community or volunteer hours. So that's great. We understand not everyone can do it, so we don't require volunteer work. A lot of the students and most of them have done some. So yeah, it's something that you should definitely put on the application. Did that answer your question? It's, extracurriculars can be anything, like I said, part-time job, volunteer work, community service. We don't weigh one activity over the other. We just want to see that you've done something outside of the classroom.
I was told only like a 1/16 importance of the volunteer work. So you should put another 15, 16 to something else.
We don't weigh it like that. We just like to see what you've done. Yeah. So we don't say volunteer work, not as good as playing the violin for 10 years. No, we want to see everything that you've done. Yeah, and we don't weigh one activity over the other.
Most kids have like part-time job, they're not able to do the volunteer work. So
right.
Most of college look at that as a part-time job, or they're doing something as the
Yeah, so the question was about a part-time job and not being able to do other things. We take that into account. We understand we ask how many hours of this activity do you do per week. So we'll see that he does, 20 hours of a part-time job per week versus another kid was able to do NHS, band, and something else. Again, one thing's not better than the other. We take into account everything that the student does.
So is other college do the same thing like what you just say?
The
out of college.
Out of college?
No, out of college, like beside Emory.
Oh, other colleges.
Yes.
Well, I can only tell you what Emory does because I work at Emory and I read applications for Emory. I don't know how other colleges would view it. I'm assuming they would view it the same way. They understand that, hey, if you're doing one activity for this amount of hours per week, there's no way, unless you don't sleep, that you can do other things. So you could contact the other college admission offices and say, how do you view extracurricular activities or a part-time job? But I know at Emory, we just want to see that you've done something, and we take into account everything that all the time that different activities take. Yeah. In the very back, and then I'll get you.
Can I ask you about the scholarship thing?
Oh yes.
How does the school determine which student will get the scholarship? Is that based on the parents' tax report? Or
Oh, okay. So at a lot of schools, there's always need-based financial aid, which is totally based on what the parents make, their income, what they own, and then there's merit-based scholarship, which is totally based on what the student has done in the classroom and outside of the classroom. So at Emory, if I can see this really quickly, this little pamphlet will tell you about need-based financial aid and merit scholarships. So at Emory, we offer both. The Merit Scholarship Program is called the Emory Scholars Program. So for those of you who have juniors, currently juniors right now, who will be seniors next year, this is something that they should definitely look into. Each high school is